From hand-spun thread to giant modern factories, the journey of cloth is a story of patience, skill, and human creativity. Long ago, cloth was not something people bought quickly from a market or store. It began with nature, with people collecting cotton, wool, flax, or silk by hand. Every piece of fabric carried the effort of many hands and many days of work. In ancient times, people first gathered raw material from plants and animals. Cotton was picked from fields, wool was cut from sheep, and flax was pulled from the earth. Before cloth could exist, the material had to be cleaned carefully and prepared with patience. After that, the fibers were separated, softened, and cleaned by hand. Women and workers often sat together for long hours, removing dirt, seeds, and rough pieces. This step looked simple, but it demanded time, care, and sharp attention. Then came spinning, one of the most important stages in old times. The cleaned fiber was twisted slowly into thread using hand spindles or spinning wheels. A strong and smooth thread meant the final cloth would be better and more durable. Once the thread was ready, it was wound and arranged for weaving. Workers stretched long threads tightly on wooden looms to create the base structure. This preparation itself was an art because one mistake could ruin the pattern. Weaving was the heart of cloth making in the ancient world. The threads were crossed over and under each other by hand, row after row, hour after hour. This was slow work, but it allowed beautiful textures, patterns, and handmade character. After weaving, the cloth was washed, beaten, and softened. Sometimes it was dyed with natural colors from flowers, roots, leaves, mud, or insects. These natural dyes gave ancient fabric a rich beauty that connected it to the earth. Designing cloth in old times was also a huge labor of creativity. Patterns were made by hand, borders were shaped with care, and decoration took deep skill. Every design showed the culture, identity, and imagination of the people who made it. Today, cloth is still made from cotton, wool, silk, and synthetic fibers, but the process is much faster. Machines now clean, spin, weave, dye, and finish fabric in massive factories. What once took weeks or months can now be done in hours with speed and precision. Modern factories use advanced tools, automatic looms, chemical treatments, and digital design systems. Threads are produced evenly, colors are controlled precisely, and patterns are repeated perfectly. This makes fabric cheaper, faster to produce, and easier to supply to the whole world. But the biggest difference is human effort. In the past, cloth carried the touch of the maker in every thread, every weave, and every design. Today, machines do most of the physical work, while humans guide the system, technology, and quality. Ancient cloth making was slower, harder, and full of physical struggle. People worked with their hands, their backs, their eyes, and endless patience to create one fabric piece. Modern cloth making is faster and more efficient, but it has less of that handmade soul. If we compare both times, old cloth making shows human endurance, craftsmanship, and artistic pride. Modern cloth making shows innovation, scale, consistency, and industrial power. One represents labor and tradition, while the other represents speed and modern progress. So the story of cloth is really the story of civilization itself. From hand-spun fibers in village homes to machine-made fabric in giant factories, cloth has evolved with humanity. But whether old or new, cloth still carries the story of how people shape the world around them. Follow for more informative videos.